want to kill us? Are you the first person to govern? We can't go to school. We can't pay our transport fares. We are hungry. We are angry.
Look at us now. There is nothing. We are starving. Tinubu should please do something. This is not his promise. He promised to do better. Look at us now.
In early August 2024, Nigeria found itself in a state of turmoil as thousands of citizens took to the streets in protest. Inspired by recent demonstrations in Kenya, these protests were fueled by deep-rooted frustrations over the country's economic crisis, high living costs, government neglect, and worsening security. The organizers called for 10 days of demonstrations, demanding urgent action from a government that seemed indifferent to their plight. Just 2 years earlier, Nigeria was hailed as Africa's largest economy, but it had since slipped from that crown and was projected to fall to 4th place by the end of the year. The country faced its worst economic crisis in decades, with skyrocketing inflation, a plummeting currency, and millions struggling to afford basic necessities. This widespread pain was palpable. Unions were striking over meager salaries, and desperate citizens were trampled in stampedes for free food. Hospitals overflowed with pregnant women suffering from nutritional deficiencies, a sign of how dire the situation had become. As citizens took to the streets, demonstrators were increasingly vocal about their grievances, asserting that the political elite seemed disconnected from the realities faced by ordinary Nigerians. They demanded a reversal of recent economic reforms introduced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which they believed only worsened their suffering. The protests soon took on a fitting name, the End Bad Governance protests, a direct challenge to a system many felt was failing them.
Yes, there's hardship, but how did we get here? What did we do when we had very high production? We neglected our communities. We neglected the goose that lays the golden egg. We forget to even give them common, decent standard of living. We forget to educate our children. Go around and look at the schools. Ramshackle. Education environment must be decent enough for people to want to learn. We can complain from now till eternity that the school enrollment is low. Did we even do anything to encourage that education process? We must ask ourselves, it's a matter of conscience. Imagine how you get here. If you get here by road, how many roads in your communities are passable? Infrastructure deficit, capital spending, financial regulation not followed. I think many of you will come a long way. And all I can promise is do the best. People are complaining of petroleum prices. First of all, we must have fuel security. Yes, we have fuel in the ground. Do we have the capacity to bring it up to even before we revive, before we distribute? Have we examined alternative source of energy with all that the world has given to us? I'm glad of your encouragement. And I can assure you, I didn't come to look for money and exploit the situation. I came to work. I asked for the votes. And they gave it to me. Here we are. Many of you can still write few pages of history of democracy in Nigeria. And I like what you are doing. Encouraging the country. You are the one to make the clear interpretation of where we are, how we are, educate our people. Imagine when I resumed, I said the subsidy was gone. There was no subsidy in the budget handed over to me. I can't be creative and look for magic lamp to create a budget. And ever since, we maintain that position. You know, from several millions of liters, now we are down to 30-something. We are knowing through consumption of how much we are taking. We are not here, and we should not be here. And I know you are not one of them, the smugglers. Look at the prices across the country. Cameroon, look at it. Mali, check. Burkina Faso, check. Check Niger. Check Benin Republic to Ghana. Check the prices. And we are not able to equip our hospitals, able to build new classrooms. If we are spending this money, not few people are spending it on ourselves, I believe we will get better return and happiness and development program if we invest it in our infrastructure. To some extent that we are now afraid to even borrow to invest. I need your collaboration. Look at us. Agriculture, that is the main thing. People say, oh, we are hungry. Yes, I understand that. But we cannot just take a free bowl. We must work hard. We've sustained 25 years of democracy this year. We don't want to keep the people hungry and angry. But we say, be patient. There is no free beer parlor anymore. We will retool and rebuild the Nigerian economy. I assure you, with your cooperation. I thank you very, very much.